Exactly.
Right now, exactly.
Yeah, you're just gonna get cooked, man.
Wait, I have a question.
He said what?
To
Michael. We have freedom of speech in the Middle East. We're not afraid. Don't worry.
That's funny.
Listen.
It's gonna be an endless bombardment.
Freedom of speech in the Middle East.
All of us in the Middle East.
Go ahead. Tell your father you're an atheist. Tell me what happened.
Man, let it talk, man.
Because
Can I
we didn't bring anything but destruction.
Michael, I have a question for you. It's about the red heifer. No, it's about the red heifer. Like, why was it sacrificed? Like, for what? I'm just asking because I want to know.
The ashes of the red heifer purified Tumas Mace.
So you think you are impure people?
Technically, you believe everyone is impure because of the deep graves of humans that are buried under the ground and we don't know where they are. So chances are you've walked over a dead body, and thus we would want to clean it ritually with our red heifer ashes.
So when do you wanna sacrifice them, red heifer?
The red heifer you can sacrifice at any time.
No, but they said it's in April this month.
It already happened, right?
No, it didn't happen.
I don't know that it did, but if it did, I will start hearing about it.
They have been waiting for 2,000 years to fight those.
Yeah. I heard that they sacrificed the red heifer every 2,000 something years.
Yeah,
The last one was in the time of Prophet Muhammad.
No, they sacrificed the red heifer in the time of Moses, and I think maybe a couple times later. But as I understand it, they have not sacrificed it yet. But they're looking. They've always been looking for this perfect red cow.
But they think,
what is the red heifer, Michael? What is the red heifer like?
Red cow. That is red heifer is cow. They are going to sacrifice red heifer.
Michael, I heard that they sacrificed the red heifer to bring the Messiah.
No.
Messiah will not come.
Although, I will tell you this, they don't sacrifice it to bring the Messiah, although, when you have...
They are going to sacrifice red heifers. Listen, brother, listen.
One
Listen.
No, he is
Hey, don't interrupt him.
Indications that the Messianic age is coming.
They are going to sacrifice.
Yes, we know, Chainsmoker. Thank you. Yes.
Because
Chains, he's Jew. He knows. He knows
who
what.
is Jew?
Michael is Jew. He knows what.
You are Jew, Michael.
Welcome to the conversation.
You are Jew.
Yeah, this MC is a Jew, man. Yeah.
Okay, brother.
I'm kind of happy I'm not a Jew, so I don't have to get questioned like that.
I know. I gotta put up with this.
It's so funny.
Michael. Hey, wait.
You guys make him feel like a superstar.
What did you say, Mixa?
Wait a second. That's why I am not white.
Michael.
Yeah,
Michael,
right.
Sorry for that. I said you, brother.
Isaiah 53, right?
You are Jew.
Exactly.
Wait. Michael, what is that symbol on your profile?
Oh, I found it on the internet.
It's his dick.
No, like, just wanted to know. Is it a Jew thing?
No.
Michael,
Michael, can I ask you a question.
I
Michael.
think that is the symbol of non-binary. It's the symbol of non-binary.
All right, hey, one at a time,
Yeah.
please.
Michael, you cannot be a Jewish and expect to be respected anywhere.
Yeah,
that's
keep
true.
that in mind the next time I'm born a
What do
Jew.
you mean? People who are against this Jew men, like they are the
Jews are
only
never
people who
respected
believe
anywhere,
in one God like
because of
us.
what they are doing. Hey, you, Anus, keep
No,
quiet.
you cannot
You
say
are
that.
like Anus.
No, you cannot say that. You cannot say.
One at a time, please.
Okay, one at a time.
Hey,
Let me
Michael.
talk. I am saying this is a real example. We're not respecting him. That means they have done something wrong.
Yeah. Michael, can I ask you a question, man?
Just because you don't respect someone doesn't mean you have to be mean or like say things to them. You can just stay quiet.
No, I'm masculine man. I can be rude. I'm not a woman.
No, you shouldn't have to be rude just because you don't like someone.
No, I don't take advice from a woman who is, just 15 years old. Yeah.
I'm not 15, by the way, and you're trans.
He has a
Looks
pussy.
like.
He brought you to the world, idiot.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, a woman brought you to the world.
Without her,
Hey,
you
Mix
couldn't even
Zed,
control her.
do you think that we're animals? Well, you obviously think that we're not human. Do you think that we're animals too?
I'm confused. A, humans are a type of animal. B, where did we ground that I don't think you're a human?
Oh, I guess you're right. I didn't question that. Do you think that we're human?
Yes, I do think you're human. And yes, I do think humans are animals.
Max said, how do you know that you're...
Are you lying because we're animals and you can lie to animals?
I'll tell you honestly, I endeavor as much as possible not to lie, deceive, or mislead anybody. I'm not trying to lie. I get accused of it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I genuinely don't try to lie.
Well,
Hey, Zed, can I ask you a question?
hang on a
I waited
second.
for 5 minutes.
I know, I got you. I'll finish. I'll end. Napoleon, he says that Jews are guilty until proven innocent. And when you look at Europe, I think that's not really a bad thing to do. But you're passing the test, man. No worries.
What the fuck have they passed? They are
Anyways,
passed nothing.
Do whatever you want.
Wait.
Come up to mine
No,
and
I mean,
split
wait
your
a
shop.
second, Tim. You think that...
They are
that
doing
the
genocide in
Jew isn't-
Palestine.
The Jew
What are you
invented
talking
a term called...
You're the superior being or what?
No,
What does that mean?
listen. I saw Max Zed.
Wait a minute. What does that mean, what you said?
Who?
The Baruch Shad or something? Child of God? I don't know.
The child of
Children
God.
of God.
Mix that.
Hmm?
You said do whatever you want because I'm the Baruch Shab or something?
No, I don't know what you're referencing right now. What?
Yeah, you just said do whatever you want because I'm the something.
Because what can you...
Who
cares?
No.
He's the Messiah.
I said
Max said, how do you know... Wait
Summer
a
is the
second.
superior
How
being.
do you know... How do you know... Summer is the superior?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm glad that you've I'm glad that you're open and honest. I mean, that's good.
What I said.
Max Zed.
I'm pretty sure you said you're the superior being, but I could be wrong.
No, I was talking about...
Never.
I definitely
Never
said
say that.
he's the superior
No,
being.
he thinks he's the superior being.
I didn't hear that.
He is.
But it's
What's
okay.
wrong?
Wait, guys.
They
Did you know that?
they are refugees in other country. They came as a refugee occupied that land. Occupied Palestine.
Palestine.
Yeah, and now they are.
See, here's the way it works. Here's the way it works, right? So when you question them,
Wait a second. I have a question.
they lie. Hold on. This is good. No, this is good here. The Jews lie, even when they know that you know that they know
The truth.
they're lying, and they still lie. Yeah.
Exactly. You're right.
Thank you,
You're right.
Ham. Yeah.
Listen.
Yesterday,
Did you guys know?
Money from that. I don't need money. He needs money. He doesn't have money from doing what he's doing.
When Jews wake up, they.
I mean, I was cool until you just lied right here, man. I mean, I was cool with you. But
Listen.
yeah, it's
I'm telling
Jews
you what I
think
said.
it's impure.
That's not dude. That's not what you said. I heard you say something.
Well, let me ask you. Those guys were hanging in a tunnel, and he started to, stood up for himself and
I
himself.
think Summer is the superior being. Now, what could I possibly do ever to convince you that you were mistaken?
You never said that, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Stop
You have
trying
ended
to
the conversation.
move
Did you say? Hold on. Did you say it in?
Testify.
Did you say it in English?
Yeah, it's spoken English.
Okay. Yeah. No.
No language I use.
You 1,000,000% did not say that.
Okay, that's a little too much.
Hey, that's it.
The Darvo is real, though. I get
Shut
it.
the fuck up, man. I've waited 10 minutes to ask a question. Shut up.
No problem. You're right.
Hey, Maxet, can I ask you a question, man? Open your mic.
Wait, I'm before you. I didn't ask my question.
Shut the fuck up, someone. Oh my god.
Okay, can you ask the question
That's
on behalf of me? I didn't ask my question.
Hey, it's Ahmed's part. Then you go. Ahmed, then Summer.
Okay.
Hey, Maxet, before, like, 20 minutes ago, you said that we are waiting for a good heifer to sacrifice. What is considered a good heifer?
Go to hell. What the? Shut up.
You shut the fuck.
Hey, Maxet.
What's up?
Before 20 minutes ago, you said that we are waiting for a good heifer to sacrifice. What is considered a good heifer?
It has to be perfect.
Like
What is
nobody
considered
can touch
perfect?
it. It's a heifer that no one has ever touched. That is
Well,
right.
it has to be perfect according to the rabbis.
Right.
So whatever they say,
found it
yeah.
from US, man. They said they found it from Texas,
Interesting.
and they were transported there back then, like before some years.
Make that, do you like think that sleeping when you wake up it's impure because it's like death, and you guys when you wake up you perform this thing
No, I
like
think they have masturbated a lot. They are impure.
no, listen, this is something I want to know. And when you wake up you wash yourself with some kind of ritual thingy.
Water.
Is it no, like you wash your feet first? It's like wudu. It's like the Muslims like wudu.
No, they are not like Muslims. What the fuck are you? Come
No, they're not like Muslims, but they do something like wudu. It's like wudu.
I don't know what voodoo is.
No, it's not true.
No, they do this when they wake up because they believe that sleeping is impure.
They
Oh.
do not wash their asses. They use a tissue. It's not clean, They don't wash.
I don't think that's true.
I'd say
It
well,
is.
Summer
everyone.
sniffs
They
a lot of
use a
nuts,
tissue.
so
They use
she would know.
water.
No, man, the Jews, they wash. I don't know. There was some rumor or something or other. But I don't think that's right. I'm going to tell you this much. According to Torah, right? Because I could die because I read the Torah according to Talmud. But whatever, they're gonna kill. They're gonna kill or enslave everyone. So it really doesn't matter. But basically, after
red heifer.
Listen. Hold on. After you have sex, hold on, real quick. After you have sex and you ejaculate, you have to bathe according to Torah. So I would say Jews are pretty cleanly.
See, it's even in Islam. After
In the body, at least.
It's in the Islam too.
We're similar. Muslims and Jews are similar. They just don't wash their asses. That's the difference.
Uh-huh.
I think you don't wash your ass, so you get fucked every night. You should know that.
By your dad, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question at hand. It's my turn, and you didn't give me the turn to speak.
Wow, what dick.
So I will ask Maxed anyway. So, how do you know, Maxed, that you're a Jew? Since, I don't know, you came from Middle East, so I'm assuming that your ancestry had, a certain facial feature. So, maybe, your mom, she went, mom, dad, they went to Europe, and then how do you guys get, mixed with Europeans, and you now have this European look, and even maybe mind or whatever. But like, how do you know for a fact that you're a Jew, a son of a Jew, going back way back your ancestry to prophet, or like, let's say whatever you consider him, Jacob, or like Isaac. So for me, I'm an Arab. If you're gonna ask me, I will tell you my seventh grandfather, and I will tell you exactly where he come from, and that's my Arabic mindset given to you, so you can answer.
Sure. The Jews kept records after they were expelled from Israel, specifically at their temples, specifically Yizkor books. Any Jew that died, they kept track of all of the names and repeated them regularly so the community kept track of them. Aside from that, keeping the records as to who was Jewish in the past, my family is Kohen, which is to say the priestly class of the Jews. They were recognized a little differently by the community because of the legal distinction for the Kohanim. So my family has noted themselves as Kohanim, at least as far back as I can tell. And all of the shuls have affirmed it. So if someone lied in the past, they have since covered it up.
No,
That's the strongest claim to Israel, the Kohens. That is the strongest claim.
Like your mom would just sleep with a European guy and she
No,
had
my
you.
Kohen doesn't come from my mother. The Kohen status comes from my father.
So you're just like an Arab in that essence?
No, I'm just telling you that within Judaism, membership of the tribe, the broader Jewish community, comes from the mother. Member of a specific tribe comes from the father. The only way to be a Kohen is to have a Jewish Kohen father from birth and a Jewish mother from birth.
He
Wait,
knew
so
he
like
was a Jew,
the
but
Jewish mother
wait,
gives
wait, let
wait a
me
second,
talk.
I just have this question. So do you know, like, if you go way back to like let's say to the time of Moshe, Moses, whatever. So do you know how did you guys look like before you spread all over the diaspora? Like, why?
No, there were no pictures of
I'm
the
gonna
Jews.
ask you, why do you look white? Like, why do you look East Europe? Is it because you guys went and like intermixed with Eastern European people?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't researched my genetics because I don't want my genetics on anyone's lists. But other people have researched the Ashkenazi Jews, and what they found is that mostly there was intermarriage at the first movement. The Jews that were taken out of Israel and settled in Rome, they married out, and then all of the Jews just married into each other.
They raped them or they married out?
I don't know what happened to them.
Oh, interesting. That's why you guys look white. So, like, this is interesting for me. Like, how do you know that you're a pure Jewish man? I'm going to give you an example. When you come to the Middle East, when the Arabs see the Jews, they're like, oh, these guys are European because they have the European mindset, they have the European temper. And the ones
You have a
who are
European
Mizrahi-
mindset. That's accurate.
Okay, so the Mizrahis that come from the Arab countries, we kind
They have
of
an Arabic mindset.
we kind of find them, yeah, exactly. We kind of find them similar to us. So I'm asking you, what's the difference between us, like seeing you as a white Jew, and another Jew who come from Arab countries that he would exactly look like an Arab?
The difference
And
is
how
that
do you
the
guys-
Jews that come from
Yeah,
Arab
I
countries
just want to
understand
ask you,
us.
what I find fascinating, what I really find
You
fascinating
don't
about
understand
you
the Jews from your
is that
region.
even when
You only think you do. I understand them better than you do. I've spoken
Yeah,
with
for
Jews
sure.
from Iraq
That's
and
why
from
I-
Iran,
fascinating.
and my
And
brother-in-law
all of
is from Morocco, and my wife, his family comes from Yemen. The Jews understand their culture. The Muslims might try to convince themselves that they're just like the Arabic Jews, but they're not. The Arabic Jews are like the Ashkenazi Jews. That's why they prefer them.
Yeah, this is why I'm asking you. I said, like, this is what's fascinating about you guys. It's like, even when I come to your room, all of you are just one person. This is the thing, that all of you are just united in a way that is amazing. Like, how would you, a person who came
But we're a
from Europe,
family. We're not an
would-
ideology stitched together by warfare.
No, but
Can I
like,
ask
do
you
you
something?
believe in that? You actually really
We
like,
are genuinely
is it
a
real?
family. We understand each other.
Maxat,
That's
can
the
I say
question,
something?
Maxet. Just you said like you look as a blonde European man, okay? And you say
I'm not
from
blonde.
Kohen.
I have brown hair. I was blonde when I was a baby.
So your eyes are blue and you are white skin,
My
right?
eyes are blue. That's true.
How would you understand people who come from Arabia if you're like a Jew who come from like Europe? Like, you're a Jew who come from Europe, you look
No,
just
that's a question. Okay, just one question.
How would
May I please? Sam, please. Just one question. Okay, let's leave Maxet alone. I watch Jews who have ginger hair. They are so bland. They are look more European than like white Europeans. Okay, for those, if they are, some of them are from Cohen family. We follow Max's definition. To be from Cohen family, you must have Jewish mother, and your father must be from the tribe Cohen. Okay, so he said. She said. Summer asked about Ashkenazi Jews from Eastern Europe. Why they look so white? He said because yes, there is intermarriage. So my question for you, Maxet, I know from Cohen families, women and men look so like with blonde, with white, like blonde hair, like green or like blue eyes. Those, if they follow you, like you said, the formula, like they
Can I
have
ask you
Jewish
something?
mother.
Anish, can I ask you something?
God damn it, let me just continue this.
No, just I wanted to know why are you talking about the religion? It's important for your life.
Don't interrupt, dude. Don't interrupt, please.
Okay, not to do that.
Maxet, I hope you follow me until here. My question is exactly how a Cohen looks so white, had a Jewish mother from, and his mother was Jewish too, and his grandmother was Jewish too, and the fathers are always from the Cohen family, so they are Semitic, they come from the Holy Land, and even with that, they are so white now, and they have so blunt. This is the question to you. I don't talk about you personally, because you say, okay, I have maybe the eyes.
I will answer the question by dispelling the mistake you had. You said that she asked me why are Ashkenazi Jews white, and I answered with the intermarriage. That wasn't what happened. She asked me if there was intermarriage, and I said that based on what I've heard of the research, yes, there was at a moment. I do not know why the Ashkenazi Jews present white, but I would ask you why you look white. Meaning, I don't know that it's all genetics. You're talking
I find the answer for your people.
In a different style of land, very different from the Mediterranean coast desert.
Why he looks white, why I look white. Our ancestors.
Okay, so why do you look white?
They spread Islam.
Donna, why do you look white?
Fighters.
Okay, I will answer.
Okay, so you guys are white. Is that what you're saying?
One answer. I told you, Maxet, Khazaria kingdom, it's a big kingdom in Anatolia. They converted to Judaism.
Okay, so
I just prove you wrong about the tribic Semitic thing.
Anatolia,
Khazaria. Yes.
What are you?
Exactly. Why I'm white? Because I'm not Arabic. I'm not Arab. I'm Muslim,
Okay,
but I never say I'm
You're
Arab.
a Muslim. I'm not an
Exactly.
Arab
We
either.
don't have that. I try to say your religion. It's like my religion, but you always put the tribe things.
Guys, there's something wrong that
Can I
you're
be a member
saying.
of my religion if I look
Wait,
the
you're
way I
saying
look?
something wrong.
My question is how
Guys,
do you
one
be
at a
member of
time,
your religion
please.
if you look the way you look?
I want to correct something. You have just said something wrong. When you say I'm not an Arab, if you will test the Arabs, there is nothing in common. I mean, genetically. If you will get someone from Syria, and someone from Kuwait, and someone from Sudan, and someone from Lebanon, and wherever, they are different. They have nothing
Yeah,
in common.
the Arabs really didn't mix outside of like the Levant.
They do have
Yeah.
They stayed in their tribe.
history,
Yeah.
religion, traditions. This is what they have. It's not a race. And the same thing.
Muhammad learned well from the Jews. He might have even been one. I think he was one.
Even the Jews,
But
by the
anyway.
way, if you do a DNA test, some come from Russia, some come. I'm saying DNA test. Different. Some come from Ethiopia, some come from Yemen, some come. So people tend to mix between race, ethnicity, and religion. Religion, it's a mindset about a certain set of thoughts. You know, you may believe in something or maybe not. So yeah, guys, don't mix. As for the white or a Jew can be anything. He's just like a normal human, like just like anyone else. And Anis is also a normal person. It's like is the white color or the black color allocated for some specific? I think not.
No, the Jew is not like other people. I do disagree with this statement. Yeah.
They are just,
I know.
they are just
No,
like
no,
any
no.
other people. They became a small what do you call it?
No. You know why?
Haumiyya.
Why
What does
do
that
this,
mean?
no? You know why? Because I think the Jew actually thinks inside of his head that other people are stupid, but at the same time, other people do understand him.
You're projecting.
That I'm not projecting.
Okay, then
Actually,
keep advising
a lot of
us.
people
We're so
actually,
stupid. Go on.
Projecting is crazy.
I'm not
It's such
projecting,
a
but
good word though. Everyone should know it.
I talked to a lot of other people which are Arab, non-Arab, and they do agree with me on this statement.
All the Arabs agree that the Jews think they're smarter than you guys?
No, the Jews think that they can fool you, but they're not fooling you. We can see you. I mean, you cannot fool
And the
us.
Jews are telling you this, or the Arabs?
I mean, Jews
Everyone,
are.
the whole world.
Listen.
So the
Jews.
Muslims are telling you not to trust the Jews, and that proves that we can't
Maxed, I
trust the
just want
Jews?
to ask you a question. Why do you think, Maxed, everyone in this whole world, why do they kick the Jews? I just want an open and honest answer. Just an open answer.
I think because the Jews are outnumbered, and a lot of people on this planet discuss the Jews when the Jews aren't around. As Jim said earlier, we're kind of rare. 15 million out of 8 billion. You are mostly talking to non-Jews about Jews, even when you study your fucking holy books.
Okay,
that's a
I
fact.
agree with you,
No
but
need
at
to be
the same time, like,
bad temper.
Jew,
Cool
he's
down.
not
No, let him.
good.
He's a cooker. Let him cook. It's fine. He can cook too. It's all right.
So, okay, so when it comes to Palestinians and Jews, so
Fair, you guys have been grilling them for like hours. I mean, we all been grilling them. My God,
when you look at
give
their
them a little
genetics,
steam.
when you look at their genetics, they either have Canaanite and Arab DNA. So both are a mixture of Canaanite and Arab DNA, whether they're Palestinian or Jews.
Or maybe Jewish DNA. Some Jewish converted to Islam in the time.
You know what? I might be glad that I'm Jewish, man. Oh my gosh. You must deal with this like every day you come out here.
Yes.
There's usually like multiple of you guys though. Like being a lone Jew,
No, you're wrong.
that's a tough one.
It's usually a Jew alone that gets chased out of the room.
Wow.
Are you
Well,
serious?
I hope I've been hospitable to you. Just don't like bring communism in here. We should be all right.
Yeah,
Can I say something?
That's stupid.
I appreciate it.
Can I say something?
Or Bolshevism and
You
all that
have
stuff.
exercised grace in this conversation, even though I can sense your animosity to the Jews. So, I thank you for grace.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on, man. We know the truth. We do know the truth.
Yeah,
It's a defense mechanism.
Guys,
For better, here it is. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. For better or worse, all races. For better or worse, it's always been a conflict for race, and it always will be. And that's just the truth of it.
No, race is just a concept. Transcendental.
May the best race win, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth. The Jews are way ahead of everyone else. They are overpowered. They have always been the most inclusive, or excuse me, the most exclusive, and this is their superpower. And we should all be inspired by this and be tribal. Tribalism is the way. Stop being inclusive, everything.
Yeah.
The stonemasons, they understood the basic idea. Make a secret club. Don't tell anyone what it's about. Everyone will be scared of you, and you will gain power.
Yeah, and then the Jews infiltrate that and dominate. I don't know how, but
It
yeah.
wasn't the Jews that infiltrated. It was the Catholics. They were afraid of it.
Fuck you.
Well, it was the Catholics, and then it was the Jews.
So if you were talking about exclusive people, then it would be the Lebanese. So the people that didn't mix that well in that region is the Lebanese people, and they have the ancient DNA that takes back to that land. But when it comes to Jews and Arab people, they both mixed. So in both population, in Jewish population, Israeli population and the Palestinian population, they both have Canaanite and Arab DNA.
I'm
I do
curious,
believe this.
why is it that you're all so obsessed with the DNA? Like, clearly the last group of humans that were obsessed with DNA wiped off the face of the earth.
Because, McZed, at the end of the day, all you got is genetic science. Everyone becomes a eugenicist. Did you ever notice that?
It seems, yeah.
You got to be exclusive and racist, though. They're like bread and butter. This is the power.
Correct something for Josh.
This is the way to power.
It's like they
He did
can't
something.
stop
He did
looking
say
at
something about the
themselves. I
Lebanese.
think it's like
I so happen to be
gross
Lebanese.
narcissism.
I so happen to be Lebanese.
Garbo.
About the Lebanese that they did not mix much. Well, only one single religious group did not mix. All the others did mix. There's only one.
Praiseworthy is this nation. Yes.
What? Excuse me?
Is that like a praiseworthy thing? Is it good if a guy has genetics
I'm
here
not
or
saying it's
there?
good, but,
Where does that
no,
matter?
but because he said that the Lebanese did not mix, I'm just correcting something that only one.
This guy's a so-called atheist, so just keep that in mind.
I just
Yeah,
don't get
so what?
what it matters.
Is it a bad thing? Is it such a bad thing?
It's a goofy thing. It's the most irrational thing.
Like that, don't you think that Jews, one of the reasons that Jews were kicked out?
It's close to Islam. I'm sorry.
It's because of their attitude.
Atheism is close to
like,
Islam?
They're very, they're stiff-necked
It
and they're
is.
rocket,
Oh.
and they do not want to mix with other people in a nice
It
way.
is
I
because
think that
they
they're
want-
small
they want
and
to dominate,
identifiable
because
and
they
they
want to
fight for their
dominate,
lives because the
because
community
they want
is not
to
in their
be
favor,
great.
and when they succeed a little bit, a lot of aggression and jealousy pops out. Because they're small and different.
Well, I think it's good to mix,
short
right?
man
Because
syndrome.
if you don't mix,
Not a
then
bad
you end up having sex with your cousin,
But don't
right?
you guys have
If you don't mix, you end up having sex with your cousin. That's not a good thing.
Why do you reject? Yeah, exactly. Why do you reject your own insecurities to Muslims and Arabs all the time? Like, don't you have some kind of flows of your
I don't think he's been projecting. I don't think he's been projecting. I'm gonna be honest.
He doesn't project.
Maybe a little, but not about what you're talking.
He's just dickless.
Anyway, I don't know. I try not to argue with women. I'm gonna be honest. Mix that. If you do, that's your choice.
Don't argue.
Guys, I want to ask Magzad something. Magzad, why is it that the mother gives the nationality or the religion, or how can I say it? Why is it the mother and not the father?
That's how it's always been. Even in Abraham's time, he was trying to find relatives for his children, or for Isaac, I should say.
Yes, okay, I get it. But why? Why the mother, not the father?
It's an excellent question. I'll tell you, the answer goes to where the source of Jewish mothers come from. People don't exactly know this, but the mothers all have a shared ancestor. And I think it's a character in the Torah that a lot of people overlook and people confuse. The answer is the one family member that came with Abraham out of Ur Kasdim, Lot. Lot is the relative of all of the Imahos because Lot and his sister, Sarah, Abraham's wife, were descended of Abraham's brother, Haran, who died in his father's lifetime in Ur Kasdim. The mothers always came from this line, Haran, the brother that died. So Judaism has always been concerned about the mothers. You see there's a big story about Abraham sending his servant to go find from the descendants of Haran a wife for Isaac. Then
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we should just accept our...
brother Lavan marries Lavan's two daughters, Rachel and Leah. All of them come from Haran. All of them come from Abraham's father, Nahor.
Wait a minute. I thought you said we should just... What about Lot? I thought it's all just like we should accept our lot in life.
I think it's not good that the
Guys, one at a time, please. One at a time.
Lot was the son of Haran. He left Ur Kasdim with Abraham. He went with Abraham to Egypt. He went back from Egypt into Israel. Their shepherds fought and they divided. Abraham then waged a war, assisted in the War of the Four and the Five Kings, to save Lot, who was kidnapped during that battle. Then, after he saves Lot, he separates from Lot again, and then he is despondent that he has no one to inherit him. He has always been after the descendants of Haran. That was part of the Abraham project from the beginning.
I still think that people should mix because you know what happened to Abraham? Abraham slept with this daughter.
Guys,
It wasn't his daughter, it was his niece, his brother's daughter, Haran.
It's too simple. It's just too simple. Okay. They try to be a special tribe. They are Jewish. They are sons of Israel, who is Jacob, who is son of Isaac, who is son of Abraham. So to be like this special to Abraham, to make yourself unique, Abraham have other kids before Isaac, who is Ishmael. they don't like Ishmael that much in the Bible. Even he is blessing in the Bible, they try to avoid themselves. That's why they related themselves to the mother, Sarah, not Hagar. That's too simple, guys. Because if they relate themselves to Abraham, we become
Hagar was an
Arabs,
Egyptian,
Muslims.
the mother of Ishmael. That's more like your family.
Exactly. So it's not the DNA of Abraham, it's the DNA of Sarah.
Guys, it was just to identify who is a true Jew in exile. It's easier to tell,
Why do you think that everyone
you know,
the Jews out? You think the Jews have
who your mother is than your father is sometimes.
Yeah, but him, I mean, I'm a patrilineal Jew, and I just gotta say, like, it did take me a while to get over the matrilineal Jew thing, but after having spent enough time with Jews, but let alone just studying Judaism, you realize that, like, the in-group, out-group thing is universal to all groups. So, like, your argument is, it's kind of specious or facetious, meaning that it's universal.
Guys, I so happen to have a DNA. It's 99.
I don't think that one. I don't think one parent counts. No, I don't think.
My
I don't
DNA
think.
is 99.4%.
If you're not matrilineal, that counts for anything other than Jews.
What does it mean?
My
I'm
DNA
just
is
an atheist.
I'm just saying that, like, if you go to Comic-Con and you go dressed up as, as a comic character, it's your choice. This is the beautiful thing about America and freedom of religion. Like, they tried to kick me out of college or bring me up on charges because I went on a birthright trip, because on the application I said my mom is Jewish. And I said, well, you could try to kick me out. I was like, but Thursday I can be Muslim, Friday I can be Christian, and Saturday I can be Jewish again if I want to. That's my right as a LARPing American to pretend to be whatever I want to be. And no one can tell me anything different. Like, so that's why I'm saying, I mean, LARPing is universal. And so, your opinion of the Jews is almost more of a reflection of your hidden shadow self than it is of something known as the Jews.
I do have Jew envy. Yeah, I do have Jew envy. Seriously, I do. What is LARPing, though? What does that mean exactly?
Live action role.
Like if you're a Christian or a Catholic or a Muslim, you're really just pretending to be what you think your teachers wanted you to be, which is what their teachers wanted them to be, and on and on and on. Like LARPing.
Yeah, okay.
It's Comic-Con, like, people go in the forest.
Like a guy at Comic-Con. You're all guys at Comic-Con when you go to temple.
Okay.
That's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can be very surreptitious in your LARPing, where if you're a Democrat, you can pretend to be a Republican. If you're a Christian, you could pretend to be a Jew. It's still an experiential thing. Like, I'm just saying, no one around the world can really tell you who you are. I mean, let alone, especially in America, we have freedom to tell the world who you are individually. That's the big differentiator.
Yeah, this is the problem with democracy. This is why, monarchies are better.
Yeah, parliamentary monarchy for the win.
Listen, that can't be true. All these conversations end up in two things: either misogyny and talking shit about women, or monarchy. Why does talking about shit about women and then monarchy always end up being the summation of every single clown house discourse?
Those are the two primary poles.
Some kind of microaggression going on with your shadow there, bud.
Women often deal with insecurity. Men often deal with power. Sex is the meeting ground.
This guy's a good attorney, though.
I agree. I would definitely hire McZed to help me with.
Dude, I was thinking
legal
about
issues.
it. I was like, if I didn't freaking totally expose myself, I would ask for your number. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I would consider McZed. See, I would consider McZed not just a lawyer, but also almost as like a psychotherapeutic counselor, meaning that he knows enough Torah to where his mind is basically fully cultivated to help people who have never received his education, because he can simplify everything for you. He spent so many years davening with some other Talmud Chacham, studying a book in some room with 500 other Jews. My point is, he is the modern day Mentat from the movie Dune. McZed has to have the highest IQ in the room. I mean, he could have the IQs of 3 or 4 people in the room, for God's sake.
Especially
I doubt it.
especially if you cannot answer one question which is why
man, that's
everyone.
awful.
Being a patrilineal Jew does suck, man. I'm sorry. It's like you
They are
get all the
happy about it.
yeah, I can tell. It's like you get all the hate of like the anti-Semitism, but then like to the Jews, like you're not a true Jew. But have you converted?
No. See, my point is, if I went to
Oh, dude, you should, man. Come on.
Well, I did a conversion class, but I stopped because the people converting were so annoying, and they already hated their future mother-in-law so much. I said to myself, there is no way I can sit through this conversion class for another 3 months and not go crazy. Like these girls are already Jewish, and they haven't even converted yet. They're already Jewish American princesses in their hearts, in their souls. They've already converted pre-conversion. You can't convert until you pre-convert.
So you're a self-hating Jew?
Explain something to me.
Like grew up with Judaism, like they were hanging out with Jews and they understand the culture, and then they just gotta like pass some tests.
Explain something to me. I'm from a very specific ethno-religious group. Okay, I'm a positive atheist. Okay, but my DNA, it's 99.4% from this specific group. They have never mixed ever.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
it dates back centuries back. But what does it mean? It's like
absolutely nothing. Exactly. It's just a cool story.
Yeah, that's
what
why I believe that all these genetic eugenicists people, whether it be Jewish people, because on Clown House there used to be basically a genetic Jewish room, and they would go on and on and on and on.
I know. First of all, I hated those rooms. They were really annoying, but they were mostly looking for ancestry. Like, oh, I didn't know I was related to this guy.
Yeah, it is. It's basically kind of like an ancestry history thing, and less about genetic science or political theory, or even Anyways, but Bunny Rabbit.
It's more about like checking records, finding like the stories of the people, not just like the genetic code that made them from the region.
Like I'm a Felstein. I'm known as a Felsteiner. Like my grandmother's side are Felsteiners or something, and that's like a Ukrainian Jewish Orthodox thing. It's basically like these Hasidic kingdoms or these Ashkenazi kingdoms, which is in many. If you look at the history of shtetls and Eastern European Jewry and all these things. But my point is about patrilineal Jews is I consider myself kind of like a day walker where I can go amongst Jews at any day of the week and feel 100% comfortable, and I can also know that I know nothing because like I really don't. I can't speak Hebrew, and in terms of the laws, the songs, the customs. Anyways, I'm just trying to say that, it's a learning experience. It's not just I'm born into this or I converted into this. It's like a perpetual learning experience because you're literally talking about an entire culture, which is so extensive and vast. You could never, ever learn all of it, in one lifetime. So it absolutely.
I like a lot of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if your dad was born into it and did it, and then he was able to pass like the full programming down to you, you should, and even within the most elite of the elite Torah scholars or whatever, my point is like even within smaller subgroups, there's always even bigger elites. Like there are Jews that must eventually realize like I'm going crazy thinking about all this because it's too much information. And then it kind of goes back to the thing I think McZed told me the other day is like, how do you silence your mind? Where once you get through all the religious material, you should have a silent mind of peace. You shouldn't be chaotically thinking about things. I mean, it's supposed to create like a culmination or a fulfillment within you with regards to the most difficult question to answer.
Cognitive behavioral therapy, if you get yourself comfortable and habituated with good activities like not drinking or not smoking, like it's the same thing for anything. If you force yourself through self-control to engage in activities, you will start not needing the self-control. You'll just do it because you always do those things.
Yeah, I know for like people that have drug addiction, alcohol addiction, your schedule really dictates your addiction in many ways. You don't have downtime. You're always engaging and you're using your brain or your hands to do something which prevents you from drinking or smoking. And this is what a lot of governments have had to deal with over the years. Like in Egypt, they outlawed shisha or hookah because the whole population was sitting around smoking weed all day long. So the government outlawed it. They need people working.
People get hurt if the majority just checks out.
The shisha is illegal in Egypt?
No, it's a historical story back in whatever fucking year it happened, 1600, 17,
okay.
whatever, you know.
So Dash, to answer your question, so if you're 95% from the land and you're from Lebanon,
99.4%.
all right, then what you can say now is so you can go to Israel and say, okay, get out, and you tell the Palestinian, you also get out, because this is my land. Yeah? But that means like if you're Lebanese and if you have a mix, so they are the ancient people that from that place. So you have more of a claim to that land than anybody else.
Our DNA shows that we have nothing in common with the people of Israel. Nothing. We just have something in common with a specific group in Syria. That's all. They are specifically placed in Lebanon, in some specific area, and in Syria in some specific area. But the question is, it's like, what does it mean? It's like if someone is 100% the pure, what does it mean really? It's like,
Yeah.
It's like
It means nothing.
Hey, look, this guy's more inbred. Get a load of this guy.
No, it's like
It's bloodlines, though. Bunny Rabbit. Everybody goes back to this term, bloodlines. You'll hear it all the time on this app. People just go on and on and on about bloodlines. But it's really just eugenicist conversation.
That they can't take credit for.
To me, I think that the way I see things, it's like this is a good individual, this is a bad individual, and that's it. It's like, hey, I am better because I don't know what. It's crazy. And if you will compare maybe if you will compare all of the religions, okay, with reality and experimental science, then they will not hold a chance. I don't know what's all of this hate all about on the planet. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of racism. There's a lot of anger. It's like, what the hell? I think that we may need to all meditate, maybe, and maybe change our thoughts a bit. I don't know.
We all need religion.
Well, no, it comes from this sense of self-identification. So there is a part of our brain that it feels that there is a person inside of us, but in reality, that's not true. We know this through experimentation and various things that you could actually do that this sense of self actually does disappear. So from that, then you identify with the group, and then you think this group.
Yeah, but Jaja, it seems like there's maybe not just two people inside of you. There could be 3 or 4, types of identities within yourself. I mean, I don't think it's exclusive to just 1 or 2 or 3. I think that people do have like a multi-variant perspective shift capability internally, regardless of genetic or cultural or ethnic upbringing. I mean, it takes work like anything.
Yeah. So there is something known as the default mode network, and that default mode network that gives that sense of self. And sometimes this default mode network could be quietened down by various practices, and then when that happens, then you have more of an altruistic view of things. So normally you will relate that this is my car, my house, and so forth. But when you have more of this quietened version of this default mode network, then you start perceiving things as, just a car, just a house, not this personal identification with it.
Well, what I'm trying to say is it all deals with peace mind, meaning that if you're going to have like a conscious psychological shift, you hopefully retain the wisdom you gained in order to make that shift. And I'm just telling you that, there's war and peace, obviously, is the cliche term, but hopefully all your psychological, spiritual wisdom endeavors or your culture or your environment should hopefully bring a state of peace internally. That's the whole thing. I mean, this is why October 7th happened. It's because there is not that in the environment and in the information that the people were consuming that conducted the terrorist raids on October 7th. Those are the people who are consuming information which leads to that action. So I'm just saying it's one of those things. It's like, be careful what you listen to, be careful what you look at, that type of careful what you say.
Right, the abyss stares back.
Nathan, there's the number 1 clown. I can't believe you were a soldier, Nathan. I don't believe it.
The way things are, of course, I don't wish to debate politics and all of this mumbo jumbo headache, but just to because none of them exist here in the room. So my job is to, or my rather ethical duty is to show their side, okay, so that you on the other side of the river will be able to differentiate. Before the October 7th, and by the way, we were so very upset to what happened.
Nathan, how many months have you been running Chillism? And have you, the thing is, you don't even record it, Nathan. It's pathetic, bro. You have yourself a good gathering, but capture it and put it on YouTube and monetize it. Otherwise, you're really stroking yourself, bro, and you're wasting your life. That's why I come in your room, is to make fun of you, to help get you out of your room, or to at least start recording your room and make it into a production and monetize it.
The 7th of October is the 6th of
Or at least try. It's a lot of work. And there's not a
guarantee
guaranteed chance of any success.
75 years of you know,
Get ready for 75 more.
years of incarceration.
I got a 4-minute out to hop in the shower before I head down to my wage cage.
People only think, oh, those guys, all of a sudden they went crazy on the 7th of October and they just attacked. That's not the way it is. And by the way, the bad thing is that is not attacking the Hamas only. They are attacking the civilians, the children. So I think that's a bad thing. In this conflict, there are no tools. There's not a single side who is an angel, okay, who has that has wings, and you know, and the other one is a super devil. That's not the way it is, really. Even if the other person is your enemy.
Bunny, I don't think
got six angels, man. What are you talking about?
Bunny, I don't think anybody believes. I don't think anybody really thinks that way. I think everybody who's a rational adult knows that there's bad actors on both sides, but that still doesn't mean that, you know, national conflicts and wars and atrocities and civilian deaths. I mean, I hate to tell you, but have you ever had a sandwich with every
angels?
have you ever had a burger with everything on it? Because that's what war is. Like, the civilians are gonna die in war. That's a burger with everything on it. If you can't accept the fact that the burger with everything on it is an item on the menu, and you're in the restaurant and you refuse it, you're like a person denying reality.
No, there is something called collateral damage, okay? But there is something called genocide and ethnic cleansing. It's like, what is this? So some things are not acceptable. It's like they are.
I know, but Bunny Rabbit, those are words.
Modern terms, genocide.
I'm only here, by the way, making.
How much should we apply that to history?
I'm trying here to somewhat intervene.
Just genocide of your people.
Because they were saying the others are terrorists. It's like, isn't what the
they're terrorists because they didn't try to hold the position. They
big
retreated.
terrorist? Isn't the IDF a terrorist? Isn't the Syrian army a terrorist?
Go away and hide in a hole.
Isn't Iran a terrorist? All of them are terrorists. The IDF is a terrorist. The Hamas are terrorists. All of them.
Okay, words have no meaning. Everything is just
those
people.
Are the devils,
You're an
those
idiot.
are the angels. That's not the way it is.
Yeah, but Bunny Rabbit, just because you say it.
Don't exist. Live your life that way. I wish you got.
Yeah, I mean, Bunny Rabbit, I hate to say it, but like our time together on this app is very short, and our time in this life are very, very short. If you don't think that really peace is the maxim, you know, and that the people on October 7th violated that peace, I mean, again, I got to say, you're like someone who doesn't live in reality and is unwilling to admit the situation, but you try to do a political spin or a hypnosis with your position, when the truth of the earth is that everyone's position is relative to their perspective. So I'm just saying there's really no disagreement. I just want to try to chop it up and bring up the point that emotional instability is the biggest problem. And on Clown House, you can address a lot of those issues because you can't get punched in the face when I troll you or when I disagree with you. So Clown House is a great way to rectify and create an equilibrium through communication. But you are spouting all or nothing, you know, sayings, I got to tell you. And that's a cognitive distortion disorder.
Yeah. So the daywalker analogy, I kind of had to head out. But can you say that again, please?
Yeah, patrilineal. I have espoused that patrilineal Jews should form in Israel and go to the northern Gaza Strip and create a new country called JPAMK, which is Jewish Patrilineal Ashkenazic Michelin Kingdom, where we do set up a Jewish monarchy, but only for patrilineal Jews. Matrilineal Jews will not be permitted within our borders. So what I'm saying is, if I want to LARP, if I want to LARP and declare my own independence in the same way that matrilineal Jews did in 1940, whatever, I think it's possible, and I would be legally entitled to create JPAMK as the founder, as the originator, as the thinker of it. I got to tell you, I see. This is why I believe in Israel, because I see Theodore Herzl inside myself. I see, all the famous Jewish political people. I see them in myself. Like, what they did is groundbreaking. It's a startup. It's a startup economy. It's an entrepreneurial mindset that the government doesn't have to provide for everything. It doesn't have to pay for everything. It's about actually creating something, whether it's on the internet or whether it's in your own fake country in northern Gaza Strip. If you can't be creative, you're going to come on Clown House and espouse your depression and all your political ideology to us, which is really talk therapy for your own shitty life because you're not taking enough action in your life.
It is Clown House.
This is hilarious, by the way, what you are saying. It's like you claim to be an irrational person, right?
You're right. I need more action, man.
It's logical to you. It's like so nothing was happening. They were just like giving them chocolates all the time. Everything was great, and all of a sudden, those evil bastards, on the 7th of October, they.
I know, it sounds like a story, doesn't it?
Are you that naive? Like, seriously? What's
so naive to believe his story over your naive story? He's one second, let me explain to you what he's saying. He's saying that he is naive and you are naive. Everyone is naive. Everyone is lying. Nothing is true. The only things you can really rely on are the things you see with your own two eyes. That's what he's saying.
Even that is questionable. The things that you see with your own eyes, that could be questioned as well, right?
I think Zen's kind of okay with the things he sees.
It's observable. Yeah.
Like, well, you heard of like Ames room.
Like the primary reality, but we're going to trust it. We're not going to doubt the things that we see.
You know of Ames room, right? So where you have two people in this sort of window that you look through into this room, and you will see one tall person and one short person. But as they walk across the room, the tall person becomes a short person, and the tall person becomes a short person, and the short person becomes the tall person. The way it is, it's the room is arranged in such a way that it gives you that illusion.
It is not a matter of individual perspective, guys. It's like even amongst enemies, one has to really see from both sides. Because imagine.
Have you had an enemy before? Like a real enemy?
Yes, many.
Yes, my wife.
One that was bigger than you? You ever had an enemy that was bigger than you and maybe used to be a friend? Have you had something like that?
Your enemy is fucked.
To me, size does not matter. If someone is bigger than me, it's like bigger than me, like how? Size-wise or what?
Well, yeah, just bigger than you. Yeah, like a big monster, you know?
Yeah, like a guy coming after you.
I will simply
hates you, looks different, thinks you're evil.
I will simply get rid of him. I will burn him.
That's a very correct description of my wife.
I will do something bad to them.
Wow.
Simply.
Into trance, huh?
I will spy on them. To be honest, isn't this an anonymous application? I will follow them, monitor them.
Bide your time. I love it.
Someone from their family and hurt them.
Oh, wow. That's a mafia
so
right there.
Don't you want me to be honest? Yeah. To me, there's something called big and small, and it's
right.
Dump it down, blood by blood.
So what you're saying is,
big and
anyone
small.
wrongs
Anyway,
you,
that's not the case.
they
I'm
should
not
be
talking about
scared for their
individuals.
life.
I'm asking you. Let me ask you this. To you, it's like suppose someone is not giving you your release rights. Someone came to your country, okay, and took your everything away, and they are surrounding you, and they're making you live in poverty and in
You do know my family came from Germany, right?
I mean, what are you expecting? What are you expecting them to do? It's like, and they are telling you all the time, stop doing this about the I don't know what the Al-Aqsa Mosque, stop invading it or whatever, or else we will retaliate. Netanyahu never listened. He never listened. Do you know who used to take the money to Hamas?
Yeah, he doesn't care about the fairy tales. He's really just
The
trying
Shabak, the Shabak, I forgot his name, Ronan or David, I forgot his name. The Shabak, what do you call him? Leader, what do you call him?
The head of Shin Bet?
The head of the Shabak.
Rosh Shabak.
Yeah. He used to personally go to Qatar and bring them money, okay, the bags of money, and give them to the leaders of Hamas personally, okay. I think that Netanyahu did lots of stupid mistakes. They could have given them something. They don't want to give them anything. It's like,
Well,
eventually,
I
had an Israeli fan. Let me tell you this. And he was telling me more than a year ago, he said to me, and by the way, he used to be so very active in Clubhouse, and he's a great guy. Although we do dispute over politics, but I wish him all the best, and he wishes me all the best. So the thing is, it's like about a year ago, he was saying to me that we are afraid that Netanyahu will cause us something bad. And I was saying something bad, like what he said, something bad. Of course, they were expecting something else, maybe something internal. They never expected something from the outside, okay? But I don't think that those leaders are the wisest leaders. I don't think so. They could have played better, at least. But to look at things like, this is the bad son of a bitch devil, and I am the angel. It's like, it's not like this. Seriously, a couple of days ago, or maybe a week ago, some girl was. I just met some girl. So she's from. She lives in Rafah or from Rafah. I do not know much there, and she was just like. She and her family are so very afraid. They do not know where to travel. They don't have any money to travel. They're expecting the Israelis to attack them, and they have nothing to do with the war because, by the way.
The Israelis are going to attack Iran.
So they just want to. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't have any money. It's crazy. So there are lots of innocent people in this conflict. Seriously, and what the IDF is doing, it's like lots of the time it's attacking innocent people. It's like, this is crazy. This is insane.
It's not.
Things can be better. I think things can be better. What Hamas did on Kitover was shitty. By the way, fuck them. Like, what is this? In Lebanon, I used to be working in Beirut. By the way, it was in Lebanon. I used to be working in some place in Beirut, and on the, I don't remember the date. You can Google it up. It was in 2006. I guess all of a sudden we heard lots of noise. Boom, 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 boom. They were shooting everywhere, and just like went to the street, and I used to buy chocolate from some shop, and I went in and I say, hi, Alush. It's like his name is Ali. Hi, and he was so very happy, and I said to him, what's going on? He said to me, didn't you know? I said, I know what. Tell me. And he said to me, I said to him, do you know what this means? It's like if you will cross the border and all of a sudden, without any warning, kill them or kidnap them, or it's like, it means war. It's like, what are you expecting them to give you chocolates or to give you a flower? Of course, they will attack you back. And he said to me, no, I don't think so. I said, we don't think so. We will see. And then there was that 2006 war, you see. But we, the Lebanese, most of us, we have no idea. We don't know it's like, and they keep on threatening us, we will destroy Lebanon. It's like, what the hell? It's like, we have nothing to do with it. And the same thing, by the way, to most of the Palestinians. On the 4th, 5th, 6th October, they had no idea to what was going on. So,
yeah, but I mean that. I gotta tell you that's like.
If you want to go attack Iran. Settle your score with her. It's like settle your score with Iran directly, and everything else will be. Why is this proxy war? And give them, by the way, give them their rights. The Palestinians, like you will deprive them from everything. And what are you expecting?
But you hit the nail on the head. You said the people in Palestine didn't even know what their own government was doing. So how do you expect any change when there's a concealment between the government and the lay people?
I'm expecting something bad to happen after 5 years and 10 years and 20 years. This time, I believe now the 33,000. I believe that they will exceed 100,000. That's what I think. But I think that after 5 years, 10 years,
horrible curse of less.
It will not finish. There, some Palestinians will again kill Israelis, and then they will kill. It will never end. There needs to be some reasoning. This is crazy. And those crazy leaders. I mean, they can do better when it comes to their. Of course, I will not give my opinion to the internal matters. Okay, say that they can do better when it comes to the internal matters, okay, instead of this crazy thing that he was doing. So all of his people were divided, and he could have done better, and he can do better when it comes to the outside policies. I don't know what to expect. And here in my country, by the way, we're expecting a war.
Bunny Rabbit, everyone can always do better, but the big question, honestly, in this intimate, personal setting is, how do you individually, Bunny Rabbit, do better? Like right now, I should be on my way to work, getting seated in my office to be a respectable employee, but no, I'm sitting here listening to you do all your talk therapy for free. I'm going to send you an invoice in the mail, and I hope you pay it, because we can't do all your own talk. We can't do all your talk therapy for you for free. You know that, Bunny Rabbit, right?
It's going.
Just email. It's easier that way. Yeah.
No, I need to pay.
Okay, that's true. Send me your email. I'm going to send you an invoice. I want to thank you for speaking, so I could invoice you and do all the listening for your therapy work.
Just so you know, he is entitled to your portion in the afterlife until you pay him.
I don't believe in that. So
okay,
what am I supposed to
don't
say?
pay him, I guess.
So what currency are you going to be using to pay him?
Bitcoin, I guess, maybe. Do you accept checks, or I don't know?
Do you have any gold?
No checks, only slots.
Do we take secrets? Do you have any secrets you could share?
No. Which I did. And even if I did, I don't share any secrets.
You don't have any good expressions? What about ikthir not qalil asad? That means too many bunny hop, not enough hunt.
Can you speak English?
Yeah, I've been to the Middle East a few times. I've been to Jordan a couple times, and my point is, my friend's father has an Arabic expression, and he's from the Lebanon. And anyways, his expression is ikthir not qalil asad. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it means too many bunny hops, not enough hunt. So it's kind of like running around and spreading all your energy and never really focusing on one thing and committing to it and actually, getting to that victory or to the kingdom on one path. People take too many paths and too many bunny hops, and that's kind of probably what your problem is, Mr. Bunny, and thus why you represent yourself as a bunny.
Yeah. No, you would have to pay me.
Then you are cooking.
Because I've been listening to you, and you've been saying you've been creating.
Well, you owe him money, actually, man. All right.
Oh my God, are you guys still talking about that?
What you have just said is not Arabic. And if you don't
I agree. I mean, I'm not an indigenous person like yourself, so I don't speak Arabic. Arabi. أنا بعرف شوي عربي. طيب. شكرا حبيبي. عفوا حبيبي.
This is your first time you speak Arabic, right?
This sounds like something out of Star Wars, what you're saying.
Yeah, Habibi.
I agree with you. Your languages are completely.
He cannot speak Hebrew too, so we can understand.
Ribono Shaloiloim, Burkhatadana Elchina Melchum, Shekadashan Mitzvota, Vitzivano, Lachadi, Nesh, Shababane, Pre Hagafen! Somebody pass me my wine goblet.
I would do that if I was a Jew.
Listen,
Anyway,
anyone. Wait, one more thing I want to say is, anyone in this world right now, everyone is a hypocrite who is castigating the Jews, the Zionists, the Israelis, because at any moment, anyone in this room right now could go down the path, castigate, to essentially, my point is, anyone in this room can convert. Listen to him. If anyone wants to convert to Judaism today, right now, you can go down that path. And you can go eventually fly to Ben Gurion Airport and get a citizenship card and go live your life in Israel if you really want to be a Jew. Thus, I say it's a legal LARP, and anyone has the will. If anybody has the willpower to do it, there are Jews that will help you fulfill your goal or your dream of becoming an Orthodox Jew in Israel.
Well, I keep asking the Jews, if they would be, willing and so generous and so graceful. If they could change the rule of, being married to a Gentile woman or getting married to a Gentile woman, and it doesn't seem to be going through.
No, they're not going to get rid of that law.
Yeah.
So wait, if you get citizenship, you can't move into the country with. They won't accept your goy wife.
No, what he's saying is he's married to a Palestinian woman that doesn't want him to be Jewish, and he might want to be
mixed Palestinian. Yeah.
Sorry, mixed Palestinian woman. And if he were to convert, she obviously wouldn't, and then the conversion would make it forbidden for him to be with her. So,
what about? Do you think there's any Israeli Arabs who, whether Christian or Muslim?
They marry out all the time. They're marrying each other.
No, I'm saying they're marrying Israeli Jews, right?
Yeah, the Arabs and the Jews are marrying each other.
Yeah. So, well, isn't that a violation then? Because those Arabs aren't Jewish, and so their children are technically going to be, Mishling.
Their children are going to be what we like to call questions.
Right. So they're gonna be patrilineal Jews with Palestinian Arab descent. That's the melting pot of insanity, and that's why all these eugenicists, genetic, cultural, ethnic.
Where they're both going to meet and be peaceful.
What?
Well, yeah, I mean, races.
I see. Yeah.
They either mix or conflict.
These two peoples unite.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, the religion. There's no justification for mixing the religions. None. But in a secular world, and they want peace. Yeah, so the most likely result with this continued battle on either side is the secularization of both parties.
It's not a bad prophecy.
The problem is the problem with secularization is the book Tanya, or you still can't get past the God particle in all of this, and then it does descend from that God particle into these LARPers. So my point is, if you can't understand that, or if you can't essentially read the Tanya and know that there is a dualism, not a non-dualism, meaning that there is a unity, and that the people who break that unity are the ones who commit violence, and so those are the people who don't understand the law.
Hey Zen, are you stressed out, man? You just kind of sound like high blood pressure.
No, I am high blood pressure.
The attorney is carrying the stress of the client.
Yeah, I'm a high.
Is everything?
Yeah, it's other people's money. What do I care?
See, that's why a lawyer technically is trying to fulfill the role of a therapist, and that's what not a lot of people who go into law realize.
Yeah, we do, except we actually get shit done.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, right.
We just charge through the nose.
I hired an attorney once. He made me do all the work, and I still paid him I don't know, $1,000.
Oh yeah, if you hire an attorney, it's more like you're getting a gym trainer sometimes, right? Because you have the information. We can get you to the finish line, but we're gonna have to have you run around to get the stuff you need to get in the first place.
Right. Yeah. And that's, Anyways, Ribono Shel Olam, I am a little stressed out, but it's not negative stress. It's just basically coming on Clown House and engaging in these linguistic jujitsus can be tiresome, and the opportunity cost when you know that you should be being, doing more productive things. I just hope that, what we're talking about.
You hate the goy, is that it? I don't blame you.
I don't hate the goy. What are you talking about? I love the goy. That's the thing about blacks and whites. Without whites, there can be, being white means nothing without blacks, and being black means nothing without whites. And the same thing with Jews and Muslims and Christians and Buddhists and Hindus.
Yep.
Without all the world's religions, like I said earlier, it's a cheeseburger with nothing on it. You need all the toppings to make it delicious in your mouth, and that's the cornucopia or Thanksgiving of the world's religions.
It's also the story of the Tower of Babel, but people always skip that one.
You said Babel?
Babel, yeah.
Yeah.
You eat cheeseburgers then?
I had a cheeseburger yesterday at Red Robin Gourmet Burgers because I had a gift card, and I fucked up. I didn't pay with the gift card. I paid with my credit card. So my whole point of going there to use the gift card, I ended up wasting the whole trip.
See, being a patrilineal Jew is not too bad.
Yeah, it's true. I have tattoos. I eat cheeseburgers. I have sex with, beautiful women, discerningly. I'm just saying that as a daywalker, it's a little bit like being a Jew, but you're allowed to break the mitzvahs and commit sins to your own advantage. It's like being a super Jew, really.
Yeah, I dig it. I do dig it. You like potatoes?
Who doesn't like potatoes? Potato. I like potatoes in all their forms, especially double baked and French fries. But see, you can go to Israel. See, that's the beautiful thing about going to Israel is everything is kosher. You don't have to worry about anything not being kosher. And the food is fresh and amazing. And Jews have high standards. And Israelis are just wonderful, hardworking, intelligent people.
Mm-hmm. It's good, man. Yeah, I think if Jews never had the problem with the Romans, anti-Semitism probably wouldn't exist.
But
Or
that's an impossible
Yeah.
task, right? So the reason is, if you have an idea that one God is the ultimate God, and you reject every other God, that would conflict you with other people.
Well, it wouldn't exist to the scale, right?
Well, that's the problem is you're not reading far enough into the liturgy. All the world's religions are saying the same thing, that it's a universal God. That's the one God. So what I'm saying is if you're a well-studied religious person, you have to accept everybody else's claim of the one God. Or even if there are multiple gods that they claim, that's still technically just one God. It's like there's no debate amongst the world's religions. It's all the same.
He caught everyone.
He cut everyone? Yeah.
He caught them. Meaning, everyone had this idea of abstract notions, forces in the universe, needed to be understood, needed to be studied, separate schools, and then, of course, wars, because there are different forces. And Abraham trumped them all. He said that it all works together. It's not a battle. It's a machine.
Right. Yep.
And he played the trump card. Nobody could argue with it. Everyone that tries to say they've got some deity that has lightning powers and is as tall as a mountain, then they say, oh, really? That's all? Like, he's as tall as a mountain? What about taller? Well, what about all the other things around that are bigger than that? Lightning? That's it? What about fire? What about water? Everything. That's why it wins. Monotheism defeats paganism because paganism is not as compelling to the human mind. The Christians got super jazzed about it and had to explain it to everybody, regardless of what they were doing at the time or what they really believed.
Right. If you want a better understanding of that, a concept or opinion or fact that Mixed just stated, he said paganism versus monotheism. But the thing is, through paganism, it's still that yin-yang thing of equilibrium, where if you want to understand monotheism, you should study paganism. Because in the ancient occult secrets is the one God or the deity that everybody now claims, is the absolute truth of their world religion. So if you like comparative religious debate or, it's study it, but it will help you achieve a greater state of harmony in your life and joy. That's my belief. And that's why it's a worthy endeavor to study God and do comparative religious study.
How can you be a Jew and talk about Buddhism and defend it?
Because I'm not a Jew. I am a patrilineal Jew and the founder of JPAMK.
Yeah, but you do oppose the Jewish teachings, don't you? You oppose every Jewish rule. It's like you're not into accordance with their teachings.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I'm here to learn. Bunny, you don't understand. I can go to Jewish events and have absolutely no idea what's happening or what people are saying.
That's probably usually what happens. But I don't think Zen is oppositional to Jews. He's maybe oppositional to cognitive independent thought.
No, I'm not against independent cognitive thought. I'm not against anything. That's my point. Is Zen is the art of letting go and stop thinking and end your problems.
You feel compelled to feel the space with your voice, which gets everyone on board with what you feel in your own head. That's why I'm saying you're like interrupting other people's cognitive thought because of like this compulsion you have to share yours.
But that's the thing is I can do this in a safe space on Clown House, but you're kind of doing the same thing though.
Yeah, I know. We're all chatterboxes.
Yeah, we're chatterboxes. So I mean, that is an occult expression. Is that like God is a chatterbox?
Oh, I don't know if I would say that. That's a projection.
No, I have heard something about.
You go to the Clown House, right? And what are you doing here?
I call this Clown House.
He's a clown.
I call this clown house.
Fuck, man. Yeah, but you're here too. You see. So
I know. I'm a self-admitted clown. I have a clown podcast, and I dress up as a clown. And I believe that clown LARPing is technically magic, meaning that like everybody who's ever dressed up like a clown is technically doing an occult ceremony or an occult transcendental meditation type of thing.
Maxad, I have something to ask you. In Judaism, and by the way, I know that there are so many different sectarian groups. For instance, IVVF alone, there are more than
Okay. No, I think we can go to bed.
More than 92 different sectarian groups, Jewish groups. But in general, I mean, Judaism in general, it's like if some woman wants to get a divorce, how does that work? It's like can she herself, all by herself, get a divorce, or does the husband? I don't know how to ask, by the way, but can you explain a bit?
You mean the divorce decree?
I mean, it's like if some woman, okay, let's say Sarah and Shmulik or Shlomo or whatever, they are both married, and Sarah wishes to get a divorce. Yeah, she wishes to get a divorce, okay?
Right.
Is she able to just like simply get a divorce, or does he? I don't know how to ask the question. Can she get a divorce?
Do you like potatoes?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Okay, great.
By the way, back then,
makes sense.
Something.
McZed, you like potatoes?
I'm partial to potato chips.
Potatoes in general, though.
I like
You like
mashed
them?
potatoes. I don't like baked potatoes.
Wow.
I like mashed
I
potatoes.
thought we could be friends.
Have you ever had Greek
You like
potatoes?
mashed potatoes?
Yeah, I do like mashed potatoes.
All right.
Favorites.
Do you
What-
like minced potatoes?
Minced, I don't know if I've had them. I do
Just
like
like
chopped potatoes.
chopped in a little. Yeah, chopped.
Chopped fried.
Chopped
yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty common Passover dish we make: potatoes and hot dog bits. Fried.
Wow. Jews like potatoes, huh?
What about shepherd's pie?
Gotta love it.
Do you think the
Well, that's cool.
Do you think the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip right now are eating potatoes?
They don't have enough potatoes, and that's kind of the problem. That's like the whole reason that these conflicts happen.
Potatoes.
People fight over potatoes. Yeah, who can grow more potatoes and where you can grow potatoes. Who has the most potatoes? Who stole the potatoes? A lot of it boils down to this.
They say that
Can we agree? Do we have that foundational agreement about potatoes and liking
I would like
them?
to present a modest proposal. Let's
Okay.
eat the Irish.
Eat the Irish?
You guys aren't familiar with the modest proposal?
No.
Yeah, that's
that was
like
the modest proposal. He wrote it as a sad fact. There was a famine, and he gives as a modest proposal, we eat the Irish.
Okay.
Who said that?
That's really bad.
I think it was John Swift, the guy that wrote Gulliver's Travels, but checkmate.
Potato. I mean, listen, Mel Brooks.
Not really funny, I don't think.
No great potato fortune has ever been made though
It's
without.
kind of ironic, though, I guess.
Potato fraud is the leading, fraud causing the most harm to families around the world. Our ability and inability to grow potatoes, to harvest potatoes, to share potatoes, to lend potatoes, and potato restrictions of all kinds is leading to the war. This is leading, literally. I mean,
You see how important it is? You see how important they really are deep down?
listen.
Fundamentally, as human beings.
There's a book
They're
that
critical
everybody
for
should read. It's called The Practical Rights to Demand More Potatoes and the Right to Be Greedy with regards to potatoes. I mean, I have a potato collection.
Excellent.
You have a potato collection. I have a potato collection. You have a potato chip collection. It's all a circulatory potato world.
Potato chips are the patrilineal potatoes, though. Everyone knows that.
Well, some people say that In-N-Out Burger has better fries than McDonald's. I got to say, I think In-N-Out Burger fries maybe not as good as McDonald's fries.
Oh, dude, I think you're right.
But that's just a question of grease and salt.
It is the question. How's the quality?
They changed the ingredients, didn't they? Like there was a trans fats argument in the 90s, and then the McDonald's fries taste worse now. I don't know. This is just what I hear.
It's true. They say that a large McDonald's French fry is more damaging to your heart and your cholesterol